Hello, everyone. How are you? Seems that it's going to be quite small today. Right. Hopefully some more people will be joining soon. Hey, hello, Sarah. How are you? I thought you were at Sadaf's contest a couple of hours ago.
I was, but we finished.
You wanna do your BMC again?
I think I'm good.
I mean, you are more than welcome to stay. I love you being here. It's just that the class is exactly the same. The only difference is that I will run it. So.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay, well then bye.
Okay, so the option for joining another contest this week was for those wanting to attend the session that is happening right now, the software session, since the only time that would work for all the people facilitating that session was this time now. And it happened that it was our contest. We wanted you to have the opportunity to attend, and that is why we gave you the opportunity to join either Kelsey's contest, which happened 5 hours ago, or Sadaf's contest, which happened 2 hours ago. It's the same contest. Difference is that this is your group, so you know the people already. There is some trust already built, and I am facilitating it, and I start my contests with music. So that's those are the main differences. So
okay, thank you.
So you want to stay or?
I think I'll go because it's just the same thing.
Okay, but instead of just going, attend the software session and make the most out of it, okay?
Okay, thank you, bye.
Bye.
Sylvia?
Yes, hello, Jasmine.
So I'm a bit confused. Is it just us? How does the others all work?
All right, so I know that 3 people requested to be at Sadaf's session and 2 people requested to be at Kelsey's. So that's 5.
Where's the rest of us though? There should be still 15 people here.
I will not. How might we find that out? I would love to know that.
So could they be at the other session that's happening now at 6 p.m. as well? At that business something.
The other session that is happening is not a contest. It's an interview in where they will be learning more about the topic that's being discussed, but it's not a contest. So okay. I hope that I made it clear enough when I posted your options. So the software session happens right now. So if you wanted to attend, you could have attended the contest 2 or 5 hours earlier.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Like now, where is everyone else then? I don't really know. So I guess it will be cozy today.
You said 2 or 5 hours earlier. Was that what contest was that now?
They were all the same session, so the activities will all be the same, but led by other mentors. Okay, remember 3 weeks ago that you had a joint session and there was 3 facilitators?
Yeah.
So one leads the same contest 2 hours ago and one leads it 5 hours ago. Oh my God, I love your dog.
So what's the point of having those sessions 2 or 5 hours ago?
As I say, there is an interview happening, right, like an event, yes. A School of Future event happening right now. If you wanted to attend that, since it was at the same time as our contest, you could join another group. If you did not want to attend, here we are.
Okay.
Okay. Now, where is everyone else? I don't know. Let me post, I don't know, scary sounding message on Discord. I don't know if I can sound scary. Can I sound scary?
No.
I mean,
it's a very kind voice. I think it's very difficult for you to sound scary.
I think you can practice with us,
I think I should speak Spanish to you guys. My voice is completely different. I mean, everyone tells me that. Because when I speak English, I speak from my nose. When I speak Spanish, I speak from my throat. Like, mira, ves como mi voz es completamente diferente, viene de aquí. But if I speak English, then it comes from here. So I sound kinder. So my kinder version is my English version. Oh my God. And when I speak Chinese, I sound like terrible. So I won't.
Sylvia, you can give it a try now with us speaking in English in a mean way.
I just don't want to be mean to you. I love you too much. Anyway, so I'm just going to write, Joe, where are you? Come in already. Tag everyone.
Sylvia, what did you say to us, by the way, in Spanish?
I was just saying, when I speak from Spanish, my voice comes from here.
Oh, okay.
I can tell you something else if you want.
Lately, like less and less people have been joining the sessions. Like last week, like, there was only 14 people. The week before that, there was like more. So less and less people are joining, and it's really weird.
I know that so a couple of people dropped for several reasons. I don't know, I will be contacting them, see if they want to post like, hi, guys, thank you for everything kind of message. I guess it's exam week.
I don't think so. Like,
in many countries.
Exams are like next, well, exams are like last week, I thought.
Right. So if you would like to give me tips on how to convince people to keep on coming to the sessions beyond what I'm doing already, I'll be super happy to implement it.
You're missing, like, they'll be negatively affected if they don't come. Like, you're missing this is important, or something. I don't know.
I think
we do private messaging and emails as well for those who are like consistently missing on calls and contests.
I think I could just mention that it benefits them in the end, not so much the mentors, but like more so them, because they can take it with once they get their own job or business.
Yeah, I mean, we did that already.
Like, they're the ones missing out by not coming, so.
I'd say so, and I keep on telling people that this is not like school, as in if you don't do your homework, then you fail, or there's like a direct consequence beyond the world not benefiting from your greatness. So I don't see what else could be more motivating than creating your own project and like being a founder at your age. Anyway, so since we are here, shall we do today's activity and learn a lot more about the model, the business model Canva?
Yeah.
Because I'm assuming that all of you finished the weekly work on the platform, and you all know what I mean when I say BMC, right?
Yes.
Couple of awkward faces. Okay, moving on. So don't worry, I will be explaining that today. But before that, I would like you to go to Discord. I will be using my phone for that. As always, if you see me on my phone, I'm not texting my partner like, hi, I love you a lot. I'm texting you guys, I love you more, okay? So you have my full attention now. Right. In a second, I will be posting there a question for you to answer. I guess that in as many ways as you want. And the question is this: what has so far been your greatest source of motivation? Nice. With the vision of your future, you mean the vision in activity that we did that helped you having a clear image?
Yeah, it helped a lot.
Great. It does help me too. I practice that myself too with my goals. Beautiful. I love that you are both mentioning the people that you will help, because that is one of the greatest sources of motivation ever.
Yeah, well, like a lot of us started our businesses based on like a problem we wanted to solve to help people. So.
Mm-hmm. And Melo, I think that we can all take classes from you on how to be our own sources of motivation. That is fantastic. I don't know. Every time I see you smile, like your smile is like gigantic. I love it. How can we motivate ourselves?
I guess it's, for me personally, to become my own motivation, I first had to understand and gain more knowledge about myself. So once my self-image was positive, I actually just thought I'd be my own motivation. There was this motivational talk I watched where it said, if you need motivation to do something, then you shouldn't do it. So from that, I took, maybe if I was my own motivation, I'd always be inspired to do something. So from there, try to always be my own motivation.
That is great. Adding to that, having a clear vision of your future, as Ava said, and knowing that it is for the betterment of myself and those around you, as Jasmine said, is like the best way to keep on motivating yourself, because it is absolutely impossible that every day is a good day. We all have bad days, so we all feel like crap sometimes. But knowing that you are doing something that goes beyond you and that you are helping a greater cause than yourself, and you are yourself doing that, is a gigantic source of motivation. The next question is what daily behavior of yours will be different because your project exists? One more person, Jay. Welcome, Harley. We are very happy that you are here.
Hello. I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't see the link. Sorry.
That's fine. It's cozy today. I thought that you were attending Ava's session.
Yes.
Yeah, Ava. Sorry, Sadaf's.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing is I couldn't get out of work earlier, so I couldn't attend because I was at work. So I'm here now, so I thought I'd do the contest instead of the other thing.
I am very happy that you chose that. We are happy to have you here. As you can see, it's cozy today. Cozy is a beautiful euphemism. And we are answering questions on Discord now. If you would like to join, to contribute with your answers. The question we are answering now is what daily behavior of yours will be different because your project exists? Mm-hmm. On the topic of procrastination, I was doing my own research, and our bodies are built to keep energy. Like at every moment, we are trying to save as much energy as possible. So if our brain knows that we can delay a task, we will, because that will help us save energy right now. Then we will have to work on everything at the same time right before the deadline. But that is the main the main reason why procrastination exists for so many people. So it's great that you are thinking on ways to be smarter than your own mind. Fantastic. And the last question is, I clicked where I shouldn't. Copy pasting. What talent of yours do you believe will be a great asset for your project? I'm loving all of your answers. It's very good that you are aware of your talents and how are you planning to apply them. So for those days in where you perhaps are not as motivated or you're feeling down or something happened, remember, like you wrote this here, you have these talents. You can use your dedication, your fast thinking, your problem solving skills, your willingness to help. Like being stubborn can also be a good thing too. So. Right, that's fantastic. Let's go to the main activity of today, which is how to create your business model canvas. So I'll explain a little bit what the first part is. Sharing a link. I am going to right now share a link here on Zoom. Can you all see it? Okay, if you click there, you will see a model of a simplified version of the canvas, and then several empty canvas under the template. It says XXXXS BMC, so pick one and change the X's for your own name. This way we will also know that it works and that you can all type on it. I see anonymous quagga and anonymous koala. Someone can explain why like Google gives me anonymous random animals for this. Okay, so we have Jasmine's. Have can you all access this document?
Yes.
Okay, someone else is joining. Okay, no, it's Melo. Okay. Melo, can you let me know if you can access the doc?
Every time when I first tried to access the doc, it took me out of the group completely.
Oh no. All right,
That's the reason my call ended.
Is this a problem with your internet or with Google or?
I am not sure when. Could you please send the link again, then I'll try one more time? Maybe if
sure.
I try to open.
Sure, 1 second. Harley, can you access? I don't see you like owning one of the templates for yourself. Like name one of the templates after yourself and claim it as your own. There you go, Melo, that's the link again.
Thank you. Yes.
Anytime.
Just once.
The third one will be yours.
BMC templates. The third one.
For example, because it says XXX, if you can change that for your name.
Oh, for.
So we know it's yours.
School teacher. Do I press on it to change it?
Can you edit it? Because I don't see you on the document. I see anonymous horse, anonymous koala, and anonymous kangaroo. I'm not sure which one is whom, but there should be 4 anonymous animals. I'm missing one.
Seems I can only press on it to enter.
Okay, what do you see when you enter? It should say like open as a Google Doc.
No, it takes me to a School of Future advert. It says become a
Yeah, scroll down, scroll down.
Book a free class.
Oh, okay.
Book a free class.
Where are you? Like, I don't know where are you, but it's not there. Okay, let me copy the link one more time. And if it does not work, then do it on a piece of paper. Okay, Melo?
No problem.
Great. So try this here. If you click there, what I see is a document, and on top of it, it says open with Google Docs. So click there and you'll be able to edit it.
Oh, okay, I see where I went wrong.
Online classes, always fun and confusing. Yay!
Google Doc.
And everyone else, thank you very much for being patient while we are solving everyone's. You're the anonymous dinosaur. Oh my God, I love the names that Google gives to all of the people. Fantastic. So while Melo is owning his template, I will share with you the first explanation. Although if you if you have started week, what week are you on? 9, 10, 9. Yeah, if you finish week 9, you know what I'm talking about, the BMC, etc. But if you haven't, I'm going to explain a little bit further. So let me share my screen. Come on, Zoom. Here we are. So I will make this bigger. Business model canvas. As you can see, the one that we are going to complete today is a little bit smaller because we want you to focus on the areas that are gonna be super important for you right now. Later on, you can think of like what happens after the business is created, etc. We don't want to overwhelm you. So let's go for this. So there are a lot of different types of customers and all of them will have different roles. So let me make this smaller. So yeah, there we go. So what is the difference between the customers and what do we mean with segments? Sometimes people will say, oh, my customers are students, for example, but students of what? Students of what age? Are we talking about teenagers? Are we talking about primary school? Are we talking about college? Because all of these segments will have different needs. Are we talking about students who are thinking of dropping traditional education and not going to college? Are we talking about students who like art but cannot access art education in their hometown? What type of students are you thinking of? So go beyond the obvious and be as specific as possible when you're thinking on a customer segment. Like, for example, when we're talking of different types of customers who use your product or service, imagine that your product or service is, I don't know, online classes for people who want to start writing. Okay, so you have writing as a hobby, or is something you want to start doing as habit to achieve a particular goal, like you want to write your own book, or you want to start writing, I don't know, a gratefulness journal, or you want to start journaling as to feel better, as an emotional release. So what would be the different types of customers who will use your product or service? So instead of saying people who want to write, you can say a writer that's not inspired anymore, or someone who's terrified of writing. I mean, looking at an empty page sometimes is really, really daunting. Or perhaps someone who's like organized, disorganized, and just like hinders their own way by being so disorganized. Or someone who starts writing but never finishes the stories. Or a teacher, a writing teacher. So writing teacher. So now that we know that we have to be super specific about our customers, I'm going to ask you to silently for a couple of minutes journal on this Google Doc on the aspect of customer segments. Who will be the segments that your project will be like serving to? Am I making sense? Let me know. Like, so perfect. So as soon as my timer works, because for some reason it's stuck, you will have 2 minutes. Okay, go for it, 2 minutes. There we go. Thirty more seconds, and if you wrote people, change it for something else.
Sylvia, what do you mean we should change it to something else?
because people is too broad. As I said, think of a person. What kind of real person will be interested in using your project? Time's over. Let me go back to your faces. Here we are. So if you say things like people of all ages who would like to learn more about this, or people of all ages who have this problem, that is not showing you all of the details and how nuanced all of their needs might be. As I said, the needs of a student who's in primary school and the needs of a student who is in college are completely different. So if, for example, you want to offer writing classes and you write students who are interested in learning more about writing, then it's like, right. Or if you say students of all ages, believe me, I do not have the same needs as my mom, and I do not have, you guys don't have the same needs as I do, even if we all love writing. So think of more specific personas. Like what else, like how else could you describe these people? Who are them? What are they doing in their regular lives? Why are they interested in your project? So I'm gonna send you to breakout rooms. I guess that 2 people per room. And talk about all of the people that you wrote and give each other feedback on how to be as concrete as possible, because we want to know what kind of behavior you want to change on that particular person. Remember that in the example we said writers who are not inspired anymore, or writers who are disorganized, or people who are scared of writing. So sending you to groups. How many groups? 2. You'll have 3 minutes to discuss this, and I'll be looming around. Melo, are you having problem? Okay, good. I'm on mute. Right, guys, what happened on the document?
What do you mean what happened?
Right, okay, so suddenly Jasmine's BMC is on the header. So 1 second, let me fix that. I think I know. Or maybe I don't. Okay, Jasmine, were you moving your VMC?
No, I wasn't on it after that customer segment.
Right.
Do you think it could be the anonymous dinosaur?
Hold on. Okay, damn it. I'm so looking forward for schools to be presential again. Like, so we can use very reliable pieces of paper. Call me a dinosaur if you want. Right, so while I am figuring out how to make Jasmine's BMC not visible in absolutely every page, I will explain how to continue. So did you get like more clarity on the kind of customers, the kind of segments that you should be writing? Or do you have any questions right now? I mean, since we are not that many people today, we can just like talk about it. Let me change the question. What questions do you have about the customer segments?
Okay, so you said that we have to be like more specific with like our customers, but also it feels like if you're being more specific, that you're being like more limiting, like you're limiting who can sort of use your site or like your product. So
Tell me, why is that a bad thing?
I mean, I don't know. It just feels like you want to help as many people as possible so that, like, you know, when you're creating like one or like a few types of people that you can use or like that are going to use your product, it just feels like you're kind of cutting that off.
That is perfectly understandable. That is a very, very common misconception on how to create projects. Every single project in the world is thought for a particular type of customer segment. And then other people will start like being attracted by it. So the project will grow and attract other customers. Like the same way that, I don't know, Virgin now has from planes to music. I mean, that's like the biggest customer segmentation ever. It did not start with everything at the same time. And the same way that, I don't know, Uber started with transportation, now it has like Uber Eats, and now it brings you food, etc. So it grows by listening to the very specific segment of the population that they want to help. I know that in the beginning we all tend, especially people who care a lot about others and who get motivated by helping others and seeing a change in the world. Like we all have this tendency to be like, I want to help as many people as possible. But you know what? The best way to help as many people as possible is focus on a group of people, a customer segment that you can help very well and start growing from there. Because otherwise it will be too generic that it will not attract anyone. I've been using this example with so many of you. If you have a very particular illness, and you can go to a general practitioner or to a very specific doctor that cures your illness, probably if you can choose, you will choose the second. So the same for your project. If you have a very specific part of the population that may sound limiting, but for them, it will be like, this person understands my needs. This is exactly what I need. Then you will be helping them. And when you are already helping this population, other population will be like, oh, actually, this is a great idea. And by listening to them, you'll be able to grow from the base of, I am already helping a group of people. Let me know if I'm being clear.
Yeah, you are.
Because I was exactly the same when I was starting my project. Like, I want to do this and that and that. And I just ended up burning out like myself to keep everyone warm. And that is not what we are supposed to do. So now is the fun part. I will go back to the page and check how can I change the header. Maybe I will just remove the header altogether. So I'll explain what is the second column. I'll share my screen again. Where are you? Where are you? This is not it. Okay. Hold on. Right here. Too many buttons. Close. And also my laptop is in Spanish, so I'm thinking in 2 languages at the same time, and that is very, very tiring. So present. So to keep on answering your question, Nava, you see that we are not even necessarily saying people who blah, blah, blah. Someone does not have to be inspired and terrified and disorganized and never finish and also writing teacher. But these are traits that will be shared by many people. So what are the traits? The second part of value proposition, it's like, what do people get from our business, our project, our service? What problem are you solving for them? Because everyone will have different reasons to use your product. The problems that you're solving for them will come with added features to your app if you're creating one, to your website, to your workshops. So for example, things that you could be offering: new stories to read so they get inspired, or weekly challenges like an incentive to finish a story, or exchanging writing tips, or meeting other writers. So you can unmute yourself and tell me, if you had to do one of these, which one matches whom? What would you say? What of this value proposition will help one of these customer segments?
I think meeting other writers would help disorganized writers. They could find maybe a better way for them to be organized from that other writer, pick up some hints on how they could do better. And weekly challenges, incentive to finish a story, could be writers who have never finished their script, their novel book script that they have to write. So this could give them that ability that they need to do this and they have to do this, which would help them build up self-motivation, and towards the end, they become better at writing. And new stories to read and get inspired would be someone terrified of writing. They could find inspiration from a book they read and want to write their own book, something just like it, or even better. Exchanging writing tips would be jaded and uninspired writers. I feel if they exchange their ideas with other writers, I mean, there would be that sense like, okay, they feel a bit insecure about their scripts, but eventually they'd understand where they went wrong and how they could actually be improving on it. So they'd build up on that and gain tips on how to write this kind of stanza, how to make this emotional, how to emphasize on this specific word. And it'll be an entire community that could help them out and help them find that inspiration they need for the book, or also read new stories and get inspired.
I really love it. And you know, if we keep on thinking, this is not a one answer fits all kind of activity, because new stories to read to get inspired may may help an uninspired writer, but might also help a writing teacher if they need to give assignments to their students, or weekly challenges, incentive to finish a story can help someone also disorganized, or someone who never finishes, or someone who's terrified. Perhaps the power of community will make him or her or they feel better, or meeting other writers. So how to make these connections? Jasmine, would you like to talk? I see that you raised your hand.
Yes. So actually I wanted to say with each of these value propositions, I think each one of these points can be for all of the customer segments, because someone's used meeting other writers, for an example. The uninspired writer, once they meet the writer, they'll be like, wow, I feel motivated. I feel inspired now to finish, to actually do writing. And then that could also be used for someone who's terrified of writing. They see that this is possible, I can do this. I'm gonna go for it. The same point, meeting other writers can also be for disorganized writers. They realize that, I need to set things straight now. I am gonna work my way to be more organized after meeting other writers. And then also a writer, whenever finishes, they also feel like, I need to step up my game. I need to start finishing so that I can be that confident writer that I just met. And then lastly, the writing teacher as well. Once they meet a writing teacher, once they meet the other writers, and they're gonna, feel even better about being a writing teacher. So I feel like each one of these points, just the way you look at it, it's perfectly for all the customer segments.
That is fantastic. So imagine all of the connections you're going to be able to make for your own project, because you know what value propositions you have, and you have a lot of ideas for customer segmentation. As we said, there are not like real answers. Well, real, like one size fit all kind of answers. And these connections that you're creating are called revenue stream. For example, someone who's terrified of writing will not be terrified by meeting other writers. So if you gather that together, then you get a revenue stream. Then someone who's disorganized can be exchanging writing tips. So that will be another revenue stream. So what do you get from that? Okay, and as another example, again, like one trade, one segment can be linked to several value propositions. So new stories to read, to get inspired, can also help someone who's terrified of writing. So this is, to me, the most fun part of the activity. Go create, oh my God, like we are so bad on time. Am I respecting everyone's time if we go like over a half an hour? Is everyone okay with that? Because I just want to finish. I'm gonna give you a couple of minutes to write your customers, your value proposition, and how to link it to someone, to all of your customer segments. Would you like to do it on your own in the beginning and then talk to someone else? Or would you like to talk with someone else from the very beginning and build it together?
I think anything is fine, because, in the moment we're getting other ideas from the other person.
Yeah.
Okay, so if the four of you want to go to breakout rooms now, raise your hand. If you want to go to breakout room directly. Okay, so, no, if the four of you want to go, I will make 2 and 2. If one wants some alone time to type, then I will keep that person typing on their own, and then I will put everyone else on a breakout room. I'm here to make you happy. So everyone is fine with 2 and 2 breakout rooms? All right. So, creating again. I don't know what I've done. Like I said. All right. Okay. Now this is fun. And have fun. You'll have about 5 minutes. There we go. I love that you stayed there to the very last second. Like, yes, we want to make the most out of this conversation. That's great. Okay, would you like to share something that was interesting of your conversation, positively or in a surprising way, or?
Well, for me, me and Mela, we both looked at each other's and we both helped each other. I think his business idea is very interesting, and yeah, came up with a lot of good things. And then Milo came up with a load of value propositions for mine, which I didn't think of at all. So yeah, that was good.
But then it was fair because he also helped me out with my value propositions. So we helped each other out, gave each other ideas on what we could do.
Hava, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, well, Jasmine brought up like a good point where I was talking about how I wanted to focus on like educating teenagers, but they're talking about how like it's also important to give that information to like younger kids too, so that like they know like, you know, what's happening around them in the world and stuff. So that was really insightful.
That's great.
So what's this on my side? Ava mentioned the chat room, having a chat room on the website, which I think, I didn't think of that actually. I feel like that would actually be really helpful for my customers.
I'm loving all of the answers. All right, so I will explain one of the last parts that we are going to be working on today. Let me share my screen, and it's like the to-do list, right? So presenting. This is usually the part that students keep on procrastinating on, but I can promise you that once you have all of this written down, the work stops seeming so titanic and gigantic, and it's like, oh, these are actually steps that I just have to follow. Some of them will be a little bit more complicated or challenging than others, but all of this is doable. Other people have done it, so why not me? So write down on key activities all of the things you'll have to do in order to make your business happen. So what will you have to set up in order to operate? Sometimes it's also challenging because you may literally have no idea. So type that down, finding out what are the steps for this to happen. And I will give you examples. So imagine with the example of classes or this app for people who want to write and might feel uninspired, terrified, or disorganized. So what will we need for this to happen? So a team of editors and people censoring perhaps inappropriate comments that will be made on the website or on the ad. An algorithm for censorship. And this could be something that looks like very daunting, but a lot of people know how to create algorithms. So just write it down. Worst case scenario, you will delegate it. But it's important that you know that you will have to do it. So creating, for example, a database of user stories or creating the course on itself. Once you know what are like the main areas that you will have to work on, then you can think of little activities that are within those areas. So for example, if you want to create a team of editors and censors, then you will have to, I don't know, hire people. So for that, you will have to interview people, setting an ad or spreading it, or asking people who might want to collaborate, or then like thinking of how to get finance so you pay them, or like give them something in exchange so you don't have to pay them but they get a retribution, and then creating the rules, etc. But all of that you can think of later on. The key activity is that you will need that team, and that is what we are going to focus on from now on. If you break all of the activities down into big chunks and then you analyze them one by one, it looks a lot less daunting than it may look. Okay. So let me know if so far this is clear by like doing a silly dance. Okay, great. We all have different interpretations of what a silly dance looks like. That's fantastic. I guess that is because our different cultural backgrounds. Sure. So what I would like you to achieve now on the breakout rooms is, I'm going to give you more time now, okay? So we'll not only be what I am going to show you right now on the slide. So it will not only be adding to one another's customer segments and value propositions, not only matching and creating matches and revenue streams, but most importantly, think now, predict which ones will be the most profitable. Because at the end of the day, as much as we want to help others, this is a business. So unless you're creating an NGO, and even if you are creating an NGO, you will have to make money, because today that is the energy that is moving a lot of projects in the world, okay? So remember, like a lot of people will have problems when thinking about making a sale or selling something, asking for money to do something, because like, that is kind of a hairy topic. You don't discuss this, you don't talk about this, but money is just the result, is just what you get for helping someone else. If you weren't offering something that is actually helpful for someone else, they will not be giving you money in exchange. So it's just a win-win situation. Remember, not only in this project, but in everything in life, strive for win-win situations. If a situation is not win-win, there's no deal. And if there's no deal, it's fine, right? And I'm saying that now in the context of your business, but that works for mental health as well. Say in any kind of interpersonal relation, like if this is not being a win-win situation for both parties, then there's no deal. So keep that always in mind. It's very relieving. So back to your project. Eventually you will be making money out of it. So predict which revenue streams will be the most profitable, and by no means feel bad about that, because right now we all need the money to survive and to thrive. And that is not a bad thing. That's just reality. That's how the world works. And that will just be what you get in exchange in this win-win situation, because you're helping others with the problem that they are searching a solution for. And the last thing that's not written on this slide, but that I would like you to also write down, is a list of tips, useful tips on creating a BMC. So you've been working on your BMC before coming to today's contest. You've been working on it together today. You've been telling each other very useful comments, like remarks, etc. So if you had to tell someone else how to make a BMC, I always get confused with the acronyms, BMC, what will be the main tip? So as a team, create a list of tips on how to create the best BMC. And after that, we will be all sharing them for you to create the most amazing BMC ever that you can create. All right, so what questions do you have before I send you to breakout rooms?
So just to clarify, we're making, we're just coming up with a list of things that we can use to just make the best business plan that we could possibly make. And then also we're helping with each other's revenue streams and key activities.
So
okay.
I'm going to literally copy paste first here and then on the breakout room chats. So this, what I would like you to do for the next about 10 minutes on a breakout room is add on one another's customer segment and value propositions. I know that all of these names, I keep on forgetting which one is it. So customer segments. So people you're helping or behaviors that you want to help shift in so your problem does not exist. Value propositions, the second column in where what are the features that are going to help your segments to overcome that particular thing that's hindering their way. Create matches and revenue streams. So matches is like the activity that we did, like what match with what and why, and then think which one is more profitable. Which match will create this particular group of people say, I want to give you all of my money, please solve this problem for me. And predict, that's what we mean. We predict which ones will be most profitable. And as a team, create a list of tips to build an amazing BMC to help everyone else. Any more questions? I still love your dog. Like, that's so huggable. Like, ah. Right, so I'll be...
He jumps back up in my lap because he wants to participate. So
that's awesome. As soon as I settle down, I will get a dog, which means that I might never get a pet. So I'm sending you to breakout rooms for about 10 minutes, all right? And have fun. Hello, everyone. How was it? I want to know everything, especially the tips, but anything you want to share, I am so excited to hear. Feel free to unmute yourself. I mean, there's only 5 of us, so.
Well, Milo was great to talk to. He had great ideas. It was fun to like bounce ideas off of him. It was a really great flow. We came up with a lot of ideas for creating, your BMC. Like, know your business, know your goals, and like know what you want to achieve. Know like your customers. Make sure that you're building your plan based off of feedback you've received, because your project isn't only going to affect you; it's going to affect other people. So take other people into consideration. Make sure that you're like breaking it down to small bits, like you're not taking it all on at once, and do stuff like that. So
fantastic tips. Did you type those down?
Some of them, but not all of them.
Right, because disclosure, I might be asking you to post them on Discord for everyone to benefit from them in a second. So maybe I will ask you to do that. So if you type that down, it will be saving your time later. Those were great. Who else would like to share?
On my side, just speaking to Holly, I was like, my mind opened up more on my the value propositions. I saw that. So what I mentioned on your example, Sylvia, that it benefits all of my customers. It's not just one customer will find that reading articles benefits them. I feel like all my customers would benefit from reading articles.
Great job. What tips would you give someone who wants to create their BMC and doesn't know how?
I guess I would say, like, the first thing that came to mind was a website maker, like Wix, for example, because they have nice templates and it's already set out for you. They wouldn't have to stress about thinking how all this works, because if they can be stressing so much about how it works that they may just give up, because it's just creating a business or a website is daunting for some. So knowing that there's something out there for them, it puts people at ease and it actually gets people feeling so excited. So use your resources.
That's great. And I love that you say that, I mean, you're building a business. It's not supposed to look easy. If it were, then everyone will have their business, right? What it is, I mean, it's not easy, it's not fast, it's possible. I really like this sentence, because it's not that by tomorrow you will have a running business that's giving you a lot of income. That's wishful thinking. But you can start walking the steps towards your goal, then you will achieve it. It will take time. It will frustrate you from time to time. It's perfectly normal. It is daunting and it's scary, even, like, especially, I mean, I cannot imagine at your age. When I was your age, I was an idiot. Had anyone told me, like, hey, build your own business at the age of 14, 15, 16, I will be like, I'm too focused on my exam. So, hey, you're doing great already. Okay, so what I'm going to ask you to do, first I'm going to type it, well, I'm going to copy paste it here on the chat, is create your BMC and share it on the channel called #yourname for everyone to see. So you can get feedback from everyone who has access to your channel. Then you can ask, which ones of my value propositions do you want the most? How much are you willing to pay for the service? And what are some of the ways my company could make money? Again, help each other. That's how, you know, energy works. You give to others, then others will give you. Actually, if you keep on giving to others, then people will keep on feeling like giving back, because that's how it works. So keep on giving feedback to as many people as possible. It's really, really useful for everyone. Look at other people's BMCs, comment on them. And of course, do not forget about the shout outs. So my challenge is that you don't only ask for feedback to people within the School of Futures community. Go ask for feedback to, I don't know, people in the street. Like, okay, maybe not now with the Corona thing, but like your family members, your friends, people on a group or online forum on your particular subject, like your classmates, anyone who's not necessarily linked to your entrepreneurial journey will give you a completely different perspective on your project, and will give you like ideas on, for example, like how to motivate people to use your project, your product, your solution. Is this clear enough? Oh, I forgot. Share the tips. As many tips as you can give your classmates, the more beneficial that they are going to be. So on hashtag 15.3 general channel, if that's the name or something like that, copy paste all of the tips that you created on your last call and say, yo, you missed an amazing session. You should have made it. Like, it was so cozy and it was great. And we got a lot of feedback and we are like overall so much smarter now. Or whatever else you may want to say for them to feel bad that they didn't make it. Like, okay, don't make them feel bad. I'm being too nice again, right? I need to be a little bit more of an a-hole. Anyway, so go to Discord. Go into Discord, be nice and share your tips. Again, finish your BMCs, share them on hashtag your name, ask for this particular type of feedback. I will be posting this on Discord too for you to remember. And don't forget the shout outs, because they are always very nice and motivating. And, you know, that's the kind of energy that I believe all of us would like to see more of in the world. So I can hang out for like 10 more minutes if any of you have questions and that would like to solve. Otherwise, you're free to go. If you would like to say something before you like disappear, that's perfectly fine. If not, I will be seeing you next Saturday.
For our BMC that we share like, on the Discord, is that just the one that we made today? Like, did you take a picture of like the square that we filled out, or is it something different?
If you want to work on it and finish it, so you can ask for more accurate feedback, that would be perfect.
Okay.
If you got stuck and you're like, oh my God, I don't know what to write in here, then that's the kind of extra feedback that you could be asking for.
All right, thank you.
So are we posting our BMC as well as the tips? Is it all on our name, or is the tips on the general chat?
I mean, as you wish. I prefer having everything organized. So the main goal of you guys having your own channel with your own name is that if someone visits it and all of your cohort members have access to it, if they scroll up, they can see the entire development from the initial idea to all of the feedback you received, to your first prototype, to your BMC. So it will be all tidy, as tidy as it can be on Discord in only one place. If you all post it on general, it will be great because it will be easier that everyone will see it. But then to find your information, they will have to go to too many places. So probably it will not be as accessible. Ultimately, your choice. If you want to post it on both places, great. My suggestion that you post it on your name, so all of the information on your amazing project is there.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
And time.
If I wanted to finish my cost structure, where can I find information on how to do a cost structure?
Good question. I guess that first you will need to know exactly what you need to do and how many of those things may cost money.
Okay.
So, for example, for your project, if you want to develop an app and you have no idea how, then depending on how you want to go about it, you can hire in someone that will code this for me, or registering for an online course on how to code, or amount of hours that I am going to spend on free courses on Coursera learning how to code. Because, hey, your time is money. So that is a cost as well.
Okay, so cost structure is everything that I'll need to pay out in order to have my working business.
Exactly, because I really do not want you to believe that just because you are not paying money for it, you are not paying anything. You're utilizing your time. Your time is your most valuable resource, not resort. I need to sleep more hours. So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So make sure that you also have that in mind, because later on when you're organizing yourself as in, okay, so skills that I need to acquire if I want to move this forward, coding is going to be there. Then how do you want to learn about it? You want to learn for free online, which will have an increased amount of hours because you have to find it, you will have to make sure it's useful, it will have a more trial and error. Or do you want to register for a particular program that you will have to pay for, but that you know has good results because other people say that it's fantastic, I don't know. Or you want to hire someone, then you can ask Google, like how much does like a person who codes charge.
Okay.
Ultimately, I remember that you mentioned that you wanted to start with workshops on Zoom. So you can start thinking about that. Like, how much does the Zoom account cost? Or can I hire it by hours? Or can I ask someone to lend me their, their Zoom room?
Okay.
Because what I don't want you to do either is like, yes, I'm totally going to spend like £5,000 on hiring an engineer to code the entire thing for me. That, oops, it results that actually no one wants. So try it out first, just in case.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Anytime. Any more questions? Any more last thoughts for today? Shall we do an awkward dance once again as a way to say goodbye? Great. So now with this shared awkwardness from all over the world, I will see you next Saturday, and I'm looking forward to reading more about your projects. I mean, all of your projects, like the 4 of them, are amazing, and I truly, truly trust in all of them. Anything I can do to help you with them, let me know. And again, see you next Saturday. Until then, have a lot of fun. Take care of yourselves. See you soon.
Bye.